Welcome to the Log Time Podcast. Even though the global pandemic and anime series delays do suck, the spring season of anime certainly does not. It's a tough call for what may be the best show so far, so join us from a safe distance as we hash it out.
So man, that new season of Bakugan.
Yeah, Battle Brawlers really just kind of tickles my ribs a good bit. I love seeing that.
I don't even know what we're talking about. Oh, Bakugan Armored Alliance? I barely even know what that is.
Were you not like in the sphere of influence of Bakugan briefly in like the, what was it, like mid to late 2000s?
I couldn't even describe to you what a
late
Digimon is, okay?
I mean, it's another one of those kind of things.
Yeah, it was like a collectible trading card game, but they had like little beasts that were like tiny balls that you rolled onto the cards, and the cards were like, had a little bit of metal in them, and the balls were magnetic, so when the magnet activated, they like shot out like different little beast modes.
You know, I feel like I kind of saw a commercial for this.
Yeah, it was a big gimmick. I played it once with my neighbor and stole some of his Bakugan.
You bastard!
Okay, I didn't steal them. He just left them there and then never said anything about them. So
That's how I got like half of my Yu-Gi-Oh cards growing up.
yeah.
Anyways, yeah, none of us watched it, so
Yeah, so great little powwow for that. I really feel like we've shilled enough for Bandai Namco. You can give us our sponsorship anytime you want, guys.
please.
Not a sponsor, but we can be.
Yeah, and you know what? With the COVID-19 panic and everything, and so much shit just like shutting down and shows getting delayed to hell, you know, sometimes you just need something new and fresh and exciting. Some new faces for sponsorships. Mm-hmm. What about these three good boys?
I can cry. I can tell you that.
You can't cry. That's not possible. I've never seen it.
I've never seen you cry.
I don't think you're capable
I can do
of
it.
I will believe it when I see it.
Honestly, that is kind of a theme of this season, though, is what you said, the delays. Because there's multiple shows getting delayed.
Yeah. Oh man. Because last season I had a blast watching the ReZero director's cut, and man, I was bummed when I heard that, you know, it got delayed until June, July-ish, somewhere around there.
Yeah, that was the start of the delays, even.
Yeah, those were the halcyon days when I thought, oh, this is the only one that's getting delayed, and now suddenly, you know, we're getting shit that has been airing this season, which has been delayed.
Yeah.
And
Railgun T called it the other day. They said we're not releasing anymore.
Yeah, that's getting delayed.
And it's
like
like
Yahari was delayed before the season even began. Like,
yeah,
that's
a week.
That
sucked.
And it's I'm not mad because I get it, and I hope that they stay safe. It's just
no, of course.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where it's like, oh, I was so excited for Yahari, and then like it just doesn't.
Yeah,
show up,
it's a bummer, but I totally get why they did.
Yeah.
I think that was the right call.
Please stay safe. It super is, but that just means that when all this stuff rolls around in like maybe the summer season, that is going to be an even more powerful season than it already potentially will.
They're just going to pack everything in. Yeah.
No, oh my god, because I mean, so like there's some supremely good shit that started airing this season that had to get cut off. Did any of you guys watch? Oh, did you watch the Millionaire Detective Balance Unlimited?
No.
Oh, isn't that the one guy that's like he's like in a suit and he's like
got that sweet sports car?
Yeah. Daisuke
That's
Kambe.
the only thing I know about this show.
Yeah, he trended not just on like any Twitter, but he trended on Twitter by himself, not even the show, for a solid like 24 hours.
That's phenomenal.
Once the show aired, it's insanity. Oh my god! But like we got maybe 2 episodes out of it, I think 2 or 3, and they were like, "Yep, we got to call it quits," which is such a bummer, dude.
It was good.
Like, this show is fun as hell. Like, I mean, the basic idea is just imagine a buddy cop kind of thing where, you know, you've got one really straight-laced, super into justice dude that's, you know, a renegade cop that got put into a lower division because he was too justice. And then, you know, imagine this dumb asshole that's richer than anyone you've ever seen, who's literally Batman. He has a fucking bat cave kind of set up below his mansion. That's because good. His balance is literally unlimited. This dude can do whatever the fuck he wants. He's just rich, he's bored, and so he's like, I'm gonna get onto this detective's precinct. And so he sponsors a modern crime prevention squad and gets put on as just as a honorary detective, but he uses his massive amounts of wealth to just solve shit. And you know, if
I thought Balance Unlimited, when you first described it, it sounded like a magical ability, like something you'd hear out of Index. Now that you say Balance Unlimited, I'm like, oh, I get it, because it's wallet.
I get it.
Yeah, it's not like some unlimited Blade
kind of a magical
stuff.
Superpower, though.
Well, super, because so I mean, like, he can pull up these fucking like essentially Google glasses, and like he scans some fucking Middle Eastern prince's credit card when he just like requisitions his sports car and is like, Butler, send them a check for like 2 billion yen. It's like, cool, got it, went through, balance unlimited, and just drives off with his fucking car.
It's so dumb. I love it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, Balance Unlimited is wicked fucking stupid. It's super pretty. It's a lot of fun. I'm not going into it for anything like incredibly deep. I'm just here for a good time. It's slated to come back in like mid-July. So, I mean, honestly, if you got time to spare to watch the 2 fucking episodes that are up, it is so worth it. It's such a fun ride. I hate that it got delayed, but I'm more than willing to wait as long as I need to for it. Because Cloverworks was kicking ass with it.
I've been pretty impressed with Cloverworks in general, but...
Dude, I know, right?
I also think I read something, I think it was on Sakugaboru, about like where their staff came from. And I don't remember, I think it was Shaft. I want to say some of it was from Shaft, and then another one was from maybe Silver Lake. Don't quote me on that.
Yeah, I would definitely believe the Shaft. I can see a lot of the visual influence in it to some degrees, but it manages to be so much its own thing. It's astonishing. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I think a lot of the staff that came from it. Maybe it was Feel. I don't remember. Anyway, there's an article out there about it. Go read about it if you want to know more about them.
Have we gotten any explanation on... I see that there is a woman on this poster with a rocket launcher. No, that's that's an RPG.
Okay. Yes, it is. Yeah. It's actually a rocket-propelled grenade that splits into several sleep gas canisters, so it's not actually an RPG.
Oh, I was so looking forward to you saying it's a rocket-propelled grenade that splits into tinier rocket-propelled grenades.
I mean, I love that. I love a good Merv, but no, it's nothing quite like that.
No,
it's a lot of fucking fun.
The fun and goofy time reminded me a lot of... have you guys watched any of Appare-Ranman?
Oh, dude, another one, real good. Just got delayed.
No! What?
Yep.
No!
Yep. It is being postponed.
Wait, I'm sorry. What is this? Apparently I just missed the memo.
Appare-Ranman. It's a series about 2 doofuses, one of them being seemingly autistic genius, and the other just being sword fighter, but he's pretty much a dumbass anyways, and I love him.
Yeah, I mean, it's end of the 19th century Japan.
Yes,
you know, a very socially inept engineer, Appare, and a very good 2-sword samurai boy, Kosame.
Oh, I see it now.
Yes.
My PA works. What the heck? How did I miss that?
It's the one that's being touted as like the Japanese wacky races.
It's wacky races.
Oh, that's
exactly
right.
what
My friend
it is.
was talking about this. Okay.
It's so good because like it's it knows it's really goofy. Like, they go off on a ship and, like, get lost at sea and then end up in America. in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, it's in Los Angeles.
Turn of the century Los Angeles. And then they find out that if they need money to get home or do whatever they want, the only way that they're going to be able to get it is if they win this crazy race where you have to race from Los Angeles to, like, what, New York?
New York.
Yeah. Across the entire countryside. And
yeah,
the first shot is actually when the race starts, and then the rest of it is like, okay, let's go back and see how we got here. But that first shot where you have all these ridiculous characters that make no sense, like the dude who's listening to, like, hip-hop in his radio at turn of the century America.
Yeah, and it's on, like, it seems like a gramophone in his car, so he's got it, like, playing on an LP.
Oh my god.
It's so good.
That's so good.
There's this, like, fucking armored metal, like, royal purple car with, like, you know, this ace racer that's, you know, he's one of these dudes that's, like, got fucking 2 revolvers in his holsters at his hip, and the whole thing is full of just a bunch of wild fucking characters.
I do have to give it credit for one thing, though, is that, like, as ridiculous as the story is, and they know that, they actually do a really good job of addressing, like, racism and sexism in turn of the century America.
Yeah, that's what surprised me. Like, looking at this show, it has what looks like a very diverse cast, but it, you know, they're also very clearly, like, stylized in such a way that you could probably infer from stereotypes, like, you know, where these people are from, or this, that, or the other. Like, I kind of was a little worried that they might lean a little too hard into some stereotypes and such. But yeah, this show does a really good job of showing, like, there are a lot of disenfranchised people of color living in America at this time when it was super fucking racist, and it pulls no punches about that. Yeah, I was astonished.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was
a really cool subplot.
I'm very happy to see that, and to see how these characters that are just ridiculous in the first place, but how these genuine characters are able to, like, pick themselves up and get around in a lot of those obstacles put in their way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
I really, really, really would have loved for specifically this show to have not been delayed, so we could actually see some of the Trans-America race.
I know. I'm so sad now.
Yeah, because, like, I think the episode that we stopped at, you know, the next episode, or the episode right after that,
was like when they actually
get into racing. Yeah, because, like, what we got so far has just been a lot of build-up, you know, kind of setting the stage, introducing characters, setting the stakes, this, that, all that shit. So it's really a shame that specifically where this was in its trajectory that it got cut off. But
dang. Oh, yeah, I didn't even know this show existed. I totally just skimmed through the entire list, didn't even see it.
Honestly, I noticed here on AniChart, I did the same thing, but then whenever I was on Funimation's website, I saw it in the like up and coming things, and I was like, I really like that art style, and then I'm so glad I decided to watch it.
Yeah, I mean, again, even though it's kind of like busted right now, it would be fun to watch the first 2 episodes, but watching those specifically and hitting on the particular cliffhanger that we've got, where, you know, we're still not even that far into it, I would probably honestly just say wait until it starts back up.
But please do watch it, any other fun ones?
Well, I mean, there's a lot.
as a contrary to the not fun ones we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean, I can easily talk about a not fun one in 5 seconds.
What do you got? You sound pretty loaded for it.
Gallon dinosaur. I'm so upset because
are you okay? What's going on?
I was waiting for this show, and then I found out, oh, it's not a short series. That's weird because it's just like a 4 coma, and then it's like, yeah, no, there's gonna be full episodes and it's a full series, and I'm like, that's interesting, but okay, maybe they can do something with choice. Yeah, maybe they can do something. No. It's 15 minutes of animation, and then the other 15 minutes is the creator of the manga, I think, or the director of the show, in live action, living with a stuffed dinosaur. And he just recreates every single scene shot for shot in the show.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It's kind of like... So, in a lot of ways, it reminds me of Pop Team Epic, because when Pop Team Epic aired, it was also split into two different things.
Yeah.
They showed the first half, and then they re-aired literally the same thing in the second half, but with different voice actors. And that, like, added some actual different stuff to it. But Gallon Dinosaur, as interesting as, like, the premise is, it feels weird to have it, one, be as long as it is, and two, also have that second half addition to it.
Right.
It just seems like kind of unnecessary, because I feel like this would hit a lot harder by just doing some of its goofs just real quick, like a hit and run. Just get in, do it, and get out.
Yeah, because that's the way the manga was. Like, each chapter was just a few goofs, and you're like, oh, that's fun, and then, you know, you're out and done. And I was like, why the hell would they mess with that for, like, making a TV show out of this?
Yeah, I don't know, because, like, I loaded it up, and I was under the impression that it was a short, and I was like, this is going for a long fucking time, and I looked at my phone to see how long it actually was, and it was like, 8 minutes out of 25, and I'm like, now wait a second, hold on.
Yeah, it drags real bad.
Yeah, which is a shame, because, like, the setup of just, like, a gal and a dinosaur being roommates or something is just, it's really stupid. And I mean, again, some of the goofs are fun, but it like really overstays its welcome in a very short span of time.
Read the manga, don't watch the anime.
Okay, I didn't have any interest in it, but now I don't have any interest in the anime at all, so thanks for that.
Mission complete.
So I guess I won, question mark? Not really.
I did it. I avoided shit.
I don't do that very often, so that's a groundbreaking moment for me.
Speaking of, you won this round, I am very happy that we have another season of Kaguya-sama. Because we get to see a lot more battles of wits and see who wins what.
Oh my gosh, the second season right out of the gate is just like to the nines amazing.
They killed it.
They did. Can I talk very briefly? I'm never going to get used to Daddy Do. What an outrageous, what a weird opening.
Oh. Okay, you're talking about the opening.
Daddy Do. Daddy, like, what the actual fuck, dude?
It hits differently, but I'm not all against it. I like it.
I'm not against it. Like, I'm not saying it's
not
bad
the first
and it shouldn't
opening
be here. No,
but
it's not. Like, nothing can really come close to that.
Love is
Nothing
war.
can come close to Love is War. It's so good. But, like, that, it's just okay. I'm not going to keep talking about it, but it's fucking weird. It hits very weird.
I feel classier. I don't know why.
Do you? Do you?
I mean, it made my class level go up. I don't really know what that means. But
fuck up, man.
I don't know. Okay, so
I'm not picturing you with like, oh, I'm now, drinking wine out of a fancy goblet. I'm picturing you being like, sweet, level up in crafting.
Yeah.
I'm level 16 paladin now.
Well, okay, so putting that aside, Kaguya,
sorry.
Great. Okay, I want to give, like, just a few credit to Kaguya's voice actress for episode 2, I think it was. At the courtroom scene. Like, That was, like, 5 different voices she did. That was amazing.
Yeah.
Like, why is this woman not having any more roles? Like...
Yeah, why has she not gotten an Oscar for this?
Like, this is amazing. I actually was trying to watch a little bit of a, like, not like a documentary about her, but it was like one of those weird, like, live, recordings they do of themselves. But
an interview sort of thing.
Yeah, like it was like a live thing. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, this might be interesting. And, yeah, it was just really the dissonance there. Like, I just figured that, like, I don't know. I guess she just didn't. I don't feel like she was credited enough for like. She just seems like a small time voice actress, and I'm like, she needs like big rewards for what she's doing in this show.
Oh yeah, she's fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like, very good. Like, severely underrated.
100%.
Yeah. I also cannot. I think to my deathbed, I don't think I will ever get the picture of our cast as fucking Thomas the Tank Engine trains. Is out of my head.
Yeah, that was truly something else.
That was truly on another level.
I don't know what to say about that.
I also love the comedic timing of like they're having a conversation and they're like, because it's showing each of them as a train, and it's just like, well, how long until the next thing? And they're like 5 days, and then it's just our fucking dumbass as a bullet train, just screaming, just yeah. She whizzes by.
Yeah, they have really pulled out all the stops for season 2 right out of the gate.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It looks like we're gonna have even more characters that are going to be crazy.
Yeah,
and
it's gonna be a fucking nightmare, and I'm gonna enjoy
nightmare.
every moment of it.
Is there another show that's like a second season that is not delayed? That you guys
I'm
watched?
trying to think here. I don't think I'm watching any other second season things right now.
I don't think I am either.
I don't think I am either.
Because there's just a lot of debut or like original stuff.
Yeah. I'm
Like,
very happy about that.
Like Listeners. Listeners has been really fucking good.
I'm so upset I haven't gotten to watch it yet.
I only have watched the first episode because I loaded up on Funimation, and it defaulted to the dub because they were simuldubbing it. And I just kind of let it roll because the dub was really fucking good.
Really?
But
I might have to do
the dub has been delayed, so we only have one dubbed episode, period. And I think there's only 3 episodes total, and the rest are subs, so I'm like, well, I'm shit out of luck on this one.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
But Kyle, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I think this is of particular interest to you.
As an audio guy? Oh, yeah.
Well, audio, yes. But the mech stuff and like the fluidity and the character designs actually remind me a lot of Eureka 7.
Ooh.
Just in the overall style, not in how they work or operate. It's not like mech air surfing or anything like that. But just the look and feel of the characters gives me that vibe.
Oh, I am so going to force you two to watch Eureka 7.
But, Matt, did you watch Listeners at all?
No, I was in the same boat of Kyle.
Yeah, I literally have it loaded up in a second tab over here, and I just haven't gotten to it. Gosh, dang it.
It's a lot of fun. You know, we don't have a whole... I watched the first episode, so, like, there was only a little bit of setup, you know, and it's just... There's these big old fucking monsters called the Earless, which, interestingly enough, in their design, they look like they have ears, so checkmate. But I guess they've, like, destroyed music or something like that. But there's these people that have, like, audio jacks in their body, and they can plug into big fucking amplifiers that turn into mechs, and they fight the Earless with it.
I love it. I love it.
It's
you know what? That sounds dumb, but I'm here for it.
Yeah, that sounds like my exact
it's
kind
really
of
fucking
dumb.
stupid.
Yeah.
But it leans so into it, and it is so earnest about it, and it honestly looks so fucking cool. Like, it's just fun to watch. I mean, I don't have a whole lot else to say besides that. Like, it's...
I mean, you've only seen the one episode, so...
Yeah, there's some fun character chemistry. I mean, it's a interesting, unique mech anime concept. So, like, I'm here for it when, you know, I can get back to the dub. So,
weird that you mentioned Eureka 7. I was looking through the staff. Looks like the series composition of Eureka 7 was by the same guy. Kind of weird. Well, now.
Just nice little Nice
and that makes sense why I felt that way then.
I just went through some of the stuff. That's the only real thing they have in common. The director, I guess, did Knights of Sidonia, though. So there's that.
This is another one of those. This is another one of those Hanako-kun Scum's Wish moments.
Oh, not quite on the same level.
No, it's not quite, I would say.
I mean, series comp.
A series comp, yeah. The director looks like he did some stuff, but nothing like nothing.
But
major.
not Erica 7.
Yeah,
not Erica 7.
I don't. There hasn't really been anything else that has been like that bombastic that I've watched this season. I don't think in terms of like
it's not
action stuff.
Yeah, it's not bombastic in the same way as action, but Wave Listen to Me. Oh,
I would describe that as bombastic.
It's very bombastic.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Matt, did you actually get around to watching this?
Yeah. And I described this show as the season's like what do you call it? Not the thing you put at the top of like a headliner show, I guess. Where I would put under it 2020, where if quarantine's not making you cry, Sing Yesterday to Me will make you cry. Anyway, that's just me.
I said Wave Listen to Me, but sure.
Oh, is that a different show?
Yes.
Wave Listen to Me and Sing Yesterday to Me are two completely different shows.
We will talk about Sing Yesterday to Me because
they're two different shows.
Phenomenal. Yes.
Wave Listen to Me is the one about
the radio show.
Yeah.
That's a show?
Oh my fucking god. It's my show of the season so far.
It's my show of the season.
What the heck? I thought, okay, alright.
Motherfucker.
Oh my.
I don't understand.
Okay,
no,
I'm legitimately
Matt,
confused.
Matt.
Are there actually two shows that are titled very similarly?
Wave Listen to Me and Sing Yesterday to Me are two completely different shows.
The only thing similar there is the to me.
I apparently just completely got these confused. No kidding, while I was reading Twitter, and I was constantly confused.
Oh man, you remember that one episode where she just like gets totally fucking wasted, and you're like, wait, what the fuck episode of
with the crow? Like,
yeah,
what?
With the crow?
I was just confused. Okay, sorry. Just never mind then.
Okay, so we'll talk Sing Yesterday to Me.
We
like,
absolutely
right
need to talk. Yeah.
Okay.
But
my bad.
Wave, listen to me, motherfucker.
Confused.
I'm so surprised that you got that confused. I've been talking to you about the manga Wave, listen to me for like ever.
Someone's not listening. Oh.
Apparently, I wasn't listening to me. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, no. This show is fucking phenomenal. Every single character is just to the nines fantastic, and I love how weird and quirky and creative our main character is, and how she just kind of like flaps her mouth to get out of situations, which then just gets her a job at a radio station.
I mean, just the whole concept of, you know, a waitress gets just fucking rip-roaring shit-faced.
Yeah.
And goes into a radio talk show and just talks shit about
her boyfriend
ex
that broke up, yeah,
and everything else like that. It's absolutely beautiful. It's so fun. It's so unlike anything else I've ever watched, I think.
Oh my gosh, it's like,
fucking good.
When I was reading the manga, I sat down and I read like, I want to say like 10 chapters back to back, because I was like, I don't think I've seen anything like this before. Yeah. It's phenomenal.
And not even just story-wise have I not seen anything like this. This is the most, and I will say, this is the most visually stunning show I've watched all season. Like, this is the most gorgeous show out there, only maybe with competition from Kakushigoto.
Yeah. That intro where she's just in the woods with a bear and she's like, why do you keep asking me questions? It's like, it's gorgeous because it's this beautiful scenery of like the bear and the forest and all that. And then it's just the most ridiculous setup.
The whole thing is just a ridiculous setup.
It really is.
The best way to really get into this show is just to not really look that much into it and just kind of set yourself going and just go along for the ride, because Jesus fucking Christ, this show is a ride. in only 3 episodes so far.
Yeah, only 3 episodes.
Like, what
so
the
far.
fuck, dude? It is incredible.
It's gone places, which is really funny because most of the time they're only sitting down at a radio station.
Yeah, it's genuinely fascinating to me to see how a series about doing late night radio ends up being so completely enthralling and so full of just a rich, vibrant cast of characters that all feel distinctly like their own person.
Oh,
it's so fucking cool.
It's so good.
So good.
Okay, well, apparently I have to watch this show because
again, like, it is my show of the season. So
yeah, the main character too just like speaks to me on a whole other fucking level. Like, the way that she acts and behaves is like if I was a bit more outgoing, and then just had a drinking problem. Like that's it. Just she speaks to me.
It's just it's interesting to see, and like especially with this season, it's nice to see a lot of shows that are starring like 20-somethings instead of high schoolers and shit, and see a whole different kind of like interpersonal drama. Very cool.
Very, very cool. On that same level of people out of high school, seeing yesterday.
Yeah. Speaking of 20-somethings with interpersonal problems.
I knew about the manga, and I read like the first chapter, but it was a really shitty experience because I could only find one of those fan translations because the manga's really old, and so I only found one of those fan translations where they kind of like half-assed it. And I was like, I can't read this manga this way. It's not good. And it had nothing to do with the story. It was just like literally, it was just so badly translated.
Because I think the manga series started in like 97.
Yeah, it's an older one, and it's also one of those that like has some clout behind it because it was really fucking good when it came out. Is this the first anime adaptation?
I think so.
That's actually really interesting, given how old it is, and like how successful I think it was.
But not even just that this is also a Doga Kobo show.
Yeah, that took me for a loop when I watched it.
Yeah.
I was like, I looked at the studio, I was like, who is it? Doga Kobo? What the fuck?
Right? It was like, this is the same series that did Asteroid in Love last season.
Yeah, which that was
also
believable.
doing
I
the
could believe
Breakwater
that.
Club this season. Like, what the fuck, dude?
This is a completely different show compared to Asteroid in Love.
Where's my bright colors? Where's the happiness?
Well, you can have one of those things. This show, because it is still a pretty, like, when it wants to be, it is a vibrant, gorgeous show.
Yeah,
and like throughout, it is beautiful.
That is true.
Just like stylistically speaking.
I also love the characters and the way that they're portrayed and how very fucking real they are.
This show is full of so many fucking messy folks.
Oh, it's so good.
And it is anxiety inducing. I watched the first episode and I was like, this is 100% Matt core.
Nice. All right, I've established my own core now. But yeah, it is. That is exactly what I thought. I was like, wow, this show. I like this show. I'm actually not sure if I'm gonna like this show in 6 episodes.
It's gonna hurt so much
because there is just a lot in there that I was just like, okay, well, this is a lot more than I was bargaining for.
This also is
hard,
slated. Man. It is slated for 18 episodes.
Oh,
so
that says to me,
really?
That says to me, we have a very specific, contained story, and we're gonna adapt it in a good fell swoop.
That means I'm just gonna be ripped apart even longer than I expected. So that's
no kidding.
That's
right?
terrifying.
It's good. It's good that you know about it now, because it would have been really shitty for you if you're like, okay, whew. I mean, I got to episode 12, thank goodness, and then like episode 13, and then 14, and then 15 airs.
It's like, can you please stop?
Haven't you done enough already?
Absolutely solid show, though.
Yeah, I like it. It might be my favorite show of the season, but now I'm actually just really conflicted with the fact that I confused two shows together. So now I'm not really sure, like, what happened.
To the Dumb Club. You
gotta
and
get
me.
the other half of the show that you mistook and like put the two together like Voltron.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened.
I never want to hear you making fun of me for Mirai Nikki Mayochiki ever again. You can stop now. You no longer have a right.
I lost all my human rights. Okay. I'm done with that. All right. Guess I won't be able to use that one for a while.
Hey, speaking of a lack of human rights, you want to talk about art?
Oh my god, what kind of transition was that?
Art is
delightful.
Yeah. The fucking, French painter girl anime.
Oh yeah, that one.
I thought
not art as a concept, Matt.
Right.
Art
No,
anime.
I'm not that confused.
Is it France?
I don't know.
I thought it was Italy.
Point. Oh, it is Italy. Well, wait,
Firenze.
No, you're right. It's
Yeah.
Italy. I'm an idiot. Help.
Yeah, no, I love early 16th century, like the start of the whole like Renaissance, or I guess smack dab in the middle of the Renaissance, isn't it? But yeah, this woman that just decides like,
it's a 16th century Renaissance.
Yeah. So she just decides, fuck it, I'm going to be an artist and you can't stop me. And the fact that like she works so fucking hard and the fact that she actually manages to overcome those obstacles is such a great concept. It's such a wonderful show.
Yeah. It's fun. It's very heartwarming, but Jesus fucking Christ, is it heavy-handed on like the oh my god, you're a woman, you can't do this. Oh,
the sexism
a girl couldn't possibly do
yeah,
this.
the sexism is hugely prevalent, but I mean, during that time, that's what it would have been like.
Like, I understand that. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to present it like that, because it is good to show these sorts of things that, art herself has to, like, go through to actually become, an artist. Mm-hmm. But from a narrative standpoint, like, when a character is every other minute saying, but you're a girl, or wow, you're pretty good for a woman, or this, like, I mean, at some point it's like, okay, folks, we get it. You don't have to remind us at every turn. It is a little heavy-handed.
At the same time, it's like, it's completely understandable, and it's like, it would be unrealistic to not do it that way.
Sure, okay, but like, I don't want to be 10 episodes in and they're still fucking doing it at every turn.
I guess we'll have to see.
It's gonna get very old. Like, there are ways to present these obstacles without, again, like, saying it at every moment.
Is this a show don't tell discussion?
I was literally gonna say we have a post about this somewhere.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see, because we're only a few episodes in. But I think at some point it is going to turn, and that she'll be recognized as who she is and the artist rather than as a woman, and that will bring some clout with her that will kind of diminish some of that she's running into right now.
Yeah, I would certainly hope so, because I mean, like, it's fun, it's very heartwarming.
Yeah,
it's a nice romp. It can be surprisingly pretty fucking funny at times.
Yeah. I also love the like unending optimism of art. Like, she's wonderful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is a delight to watch.
Matt,
have you watched this at all?
No, I'm so afraid of me confusing this with something else. That has literally scarred me. No, I haven't seen. No, I was interested in watching it. I just didn't get around to it.
Yeah,
but
I mean, like,
it also is like not something I would probably heavily like jump into unless hearing something about it first. So
it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Like here's the thing. It is good. It is not. I don't feel like it is a must watch for the season right now. But like, I mean, it's just kind of in my rotation now, and I watch stuff the day it comes out. So like, I mean, it's routine for me, and I enjoy it.
I am glad that I did watch this though, because as somebody who gets really fucking into like reading a shit ton of manga, like I had a tab open for this manga forever ago, and I just never read it. So I was glad to get some introduction to the series, to be like, why the fuck is this thing still going? Like, why do they have like 150 chapters? And I'm like, oh, okay, I can kind of see it now.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I guess I might need to check that one out too.
What is something you have watched, Matt?
Haven't. I watched. I watched the nothing
Matt,
good.
make sure you get the.
Make sure I get the show name right. Okay, I did watch Kakushigoto. I did watch that.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, I said, Wave Listen to Me is my show of the season. It is tied for me with Kakushigoto.
Yeah, Kakushigoto is fantastic. I was not expecting the feels at all from the setup.
I apparently didn't catch that in the first episode, and I was like, oh, okay, well, this is like a flashback story. That sounds cool. And then we got to episode 2, and I was like, oh, okay, this is going places that I was not expecting. And now I'm just, okay, maybe I,
literally every single time that a kid on the playground is just like, what about your mama? And she just like pauses for a second. I'm like, oh no.
At that moment, I knew. I was like, oh no. You know that comic where they have like the oh no at the end? That was me.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. So
yeah.
The only thing I really knew about this show going in was that it was by the guy that made Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei and like Joshiraku.
Yeah,
that tells me nothing.
Oh, okay. Well, so like, I mean, Sayonara Zetsubo Sensei was like a like mid 2000s Shaft series for a while there.
Mm-hmm.
He has a very distinctive style in terms of, you know, art and comedy, and I was like, oh, this is going to be some absurdist humor like that, with maybe like some slight black humor in it, like really dark humor.
Mm-hmm.
This is not really what I thought was going to come of that, but ouchies. Yeah, getting the opening of every episode, seeing little Hime as an older teenager, and good old Goto nowhere to be found.
Yeah, I'm not okay with this. I'm not okay with where it's going. Please go somewhere good.
Like, because the show in and of itself is so fucking funny and heartwarming.
Yeah, the fact that he is such a helicopter parent and so overbearing that he like makes his own fucking like, all right, the whole company's going on vacation so I can go to the same place that my child is because I'm terrified what is going to happen to my child. Like,
and I can't let her or anyone else find out I'm a manga artist.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, the whole time he's like, I can't let anyone find out I'm a manga artist, specifically how he got famous, which was publishing just like the crudest humor manga. So much so that the doctor and nurse are like, oh yeah, you're that one motherfucker, right? The guy who made a whole bunch
Balls of Fury.
Yeah, Balls of Fury, the one with a whole bunch of like penis jokes. And he's like, I can never let my daughter know.
Yeah. Okay, so like I came into it with that. Matt, what got you into it?
I just knew. I mean, I knew that the part about like it was sort of related to Zetsuba Sensei, and it was by the same guy. And I was like, oh, okay, well, it looks like a father-daughter show. This is going to be cool. I didn't know my definition of cool was going to change. But yeah, I mean, I honestly really enjoyed the dynamic they had going on. I was like, oh, this is such a nice soft show. I really like this. And then I got really hit hard in episode 2, and I was like, I don't know if I should keep watching this because honestly, I literally had like that deadpan face, and I was like, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. I'm going to be sad now, aren't I? And then
it's kind of like whenever you're laughing your ass off at a Pixar movie, and then all of a sudden those like really hard hitting sad scenes come in. And you're like, yo, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
Well, but it's worse because this is consistent. Because every episode has a distinct juxtaposition of, oh god, everything fucking sucks. This is gonna be awful. And then, we get the OP and it's like, everything is real funny now and sweet. But you had that opening minute or so of the show, and it's just another layer of how bad this might get later.
and it's like whenever Madoka finally changed OPs, and you're like, oh no.
You mean EDs, but yes.
What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say that I think it makes it's the problem is exacerbated because the fact that I'm not getting a lot of information from that 1.5 minutes at the beginning, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I need to know what is going on. Why are there other boxes? Why? Where's her dad? Why is everybody talking? Dad? Why is everyone talking like he died? Like, and he's got to not be dead, right? Like this is just a farce. Like this is one of those anime tricks, right? And I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know. You start
thinking like, where's the mom? Like what? Like we know obviously she's gone, but why? And like what happened to her? And does she know? Like our little daughter, does she actually comprehend what's gone? What's happened?
I don't know. There's just too many questions right now, and I'm hooked to it because I just want to know what happens. But I actually like the show, but I know I'm gonna be sad. Probably, but I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing, Matt. Like because you were talking about, he can't be dead. It's got to be a farce, and you saying, you just don't know. And that's the thing about this show. It has been able to establish such a tone to show like it is very sweet and lighthearted and heartwarming, but it also has the capacity for just complete and utter like despair and just really hard like sad shit.
Oh yeah.
And I sat and I was like, I mean, Goto can't be dead in the future, right? And I sat and I'm like, I mean, actually, maybe with the way the show has gone so far.
He may actually have passed away on her fucking 18th birthday. Like, holy shit.
And then you got the questions of like the other boxes. Like, did he know it was going to happen? I don't know. Like, there's just so many questions that I have. I'm like
well, also, and I think the boxes were made by her mom.
Yeah, I figured that out too. But but still, like, he had to place them there, and like he had to know that, and I don't know.
Yeah, because I mean, like the most recent episode shows him kind of working with his, I assume, late wife on the boxes. So like he very much knew. Like, duh.
Also, as far as I've gotten in the series, which I think is only 3-4 episodes, maybe, I kind of want there to be a time jump in this series. I would be very interested to see, like, we get all these great stories of, like, Hime and her being this, like, elementary school kid, but then we get a time jump to, like the year before she, like, graduates from high school or whatever, and like she suddenly starts to find out about this shit. It seems like we'll at least get a little bit of that, just because like we have her in the house discovering her father's secret. But I kind of would like if like we get a bit of a time jump and we start to see like leading up to that what's going on.
I think we will. The opening kind of looked like it might do that, but I mean I'm trying to read clues from the opening here, which could mean nothing. So but it looks
does
like
seem like in the opening that she at some point we may just time jump to her in high school, and I'd be totally down with that.
I mean, who fucking knows at this point?
Like, I don't know. This show is a huge wild card, and I like it, but I'm so terrified of what might be coming, but what also, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not terrified, I guess. I'm curious. And
I am. I am fucking terrified.
This thing is going to destroy me if it catches me off guard, though, and that's what I think I'm scared about.
Zach, I will say this. You are the reason that I'm watching the show, and I'm so glad that you did.
No shit.
Yeah, because I had actually read the first chapter of the manga. I knew nothing about it. It was in the recommended, and I was like, all right, cool. I'll just read it, and I completely wrote it off. Like, I don't know why, but I was just like, whatever. I'll just move on to something else, and I never went back to it. And then and then you were like, dude, you gotta watch this anime. And I was like, really?
Yeah,
like the one that I wrote off the first chapter in? And then like I sat down and watched it and I was like, holy shit, Zach is 100% right. I'm like, oh my gosh, why did I ever do that?
it is a powerful package altogether. And I mean, like, again, they got Hiroshi Kamina to do the voice of Goto, which is Araragi.
Good. Yeah, I
know.
Oh, it's a real good choice.
Zetsubo Sensei.
Perfect.
So, like, I mean, this is this guy's dude.
Yeah.
So, it's fucking perfect.
I wonder if it was one of those things where, like, the manga artist during the talks in which he was like, okay, cool, you can have the licensing rights to do an anime, but I have one condition. It was like, get this motherfucker as the main character.
Need this man.
Yeah. There's only one man that can do this job.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's very good.
This really genuinely has the potential to be like my show of the season if it plays its cards.
I'm actually really surprised that I probably would actually agree with that. And
yeah.
I mean, I like the other show that has the confusing name, but I also really like this show, and honestly, and I like Kaguya-sama. Like, I like all three of those, and it's like,
I know, man. It's a power sector.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
The shows that I'm so scared if any of these get delayed, by the way. Just saying.
I'll
be destroyed.
Also,
I will lose my fucking mind if Kakushigoto gets delayed.
I don't think I will ever look at a Starbucks the same way.
Fancy Peeps.
Fancy Peeps. Ugh, this is a Fancy Peeps place. And then, like, Hime, she's like, no, but, like, really, I think this is a Starbucks. Like, and all of her friends are like, no, it's evil. It's so fucking good.
And then at the end, she was like, but guys, I really actually think this is a Starbucks.
Like, no, this is literally just a Starbucks.
Yeah, this is, like, legitimately a Starbucks. And they're like, it's filled with evil people.
Oh, yeah, God, man.
This
show has made me cry. It has made me cry laughing, and it has made me cry.
Yeah. It's like, for me, it's the triumvirate of the season is, like, Kakushigoto, Sing Yesterday for Me, and Wave Listen to Me. Like, I can't decide which one's my favorite.
Yeah, it is a rough one, dude.
Oh, man.
But, thankfully, we have some other ones that are maybe not as solid to balance it out. I think.
But they're still fun.
Yeah.
You got one
some
in mind? Because I have a couple.
Did any of y'all watch Gleipnir?
No, I really wanted to.
Yeah. I same thing. I was did
right here, like I was about to pop it open, and then I got sidetracked.
Yeah.
Okay. So
you gotta tell me about
one
this.
It's one of the edgiest shows I've seen in ages.
Perfect.
Astonishingly horny, gratuitously violent.
I do notice that it has action, mystery, and then the last tag is ecchi.
Yep. Do you want to know what studio made this? It's Pine Jam. It's Pine Jam, who made Just Because and Gamers.
Gamers represents.
Gamers and Just Because, like, holy shit.
I'm excited.
Now, it shows that this is a Pine Jam property because this show is fucking gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
It is, it's one of the best looking shows this entire season. Which is kind of criminal considering just how, like, if you look at this show the wrong way, you'll cut yourself on it. Like, it is so unbelievably edgy.
So much edge.
Like, I mean, it's essentially kind of like a death game sort of, like, setup, it seems like. There's just this weird fucking mysterious vending machine somewhere that takes these special gold star coins. And if you put it in, some guy crawls out of it and it's like, oh, hey, thanks for finding my coin. I'll grant a wish for you.
It's like the hand in Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time with the fucking toilet paper roll. Like,
I mean, kind of,
That's terrifying.
But like our main character boy Shuichi is just this like weird little nerd lord high schooler, and he for some reason wakes up as like essentially a fucking like Frankensteinian mascot. Like if you took a bunch of animatronics from Billy Bob's and like
that's
sewed them
what
together.
That thing is in the poster. Okay.
Yeah, that's him. He turns into that. Into
what?
like a big fleshy mass. And I say big fleshy mass because he has a zipper on the back, and if you open it up, it's just a bunch of like wet flesh in there.
Oh, okay. I just thought it was like a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. I thought,
fuck!
No.
I see that. Like, the main page for Volume 1 of the manga is literally a blonde girl stepping into the fleshy mass.
That's correct. That's Claire. That's Claire, our main girl there.
She sounds good.
Claire just wants to die.
That also sounds
She
good.
actually just does.
Okay.
Our first introduction to her is she set a warehouse on fire and left herself in it.
Why am I not watching this show?
Fucking die. But basically, Claire just wants to die and has nothing to live for because she came home one day and her house was destroyed and her parents were dead, and there was this big fucking shadowy mass like next to her parents, and somehow she was just like, that's my sister. And it was her sister. So like the vending machine, I guess, turns people into like these crazy fucking monster things. Within the 3-ish episodes I've watched, I still don't know much about how it works or why or anything else. But I do know that, Shuichi and Claire have formed a weird, horny, kind of horny alliance, where she like steps into his like flesh, like zipper thing, and kind of becomes like a mascot mech thing.
This is some weird ass fucking vor shit that I did not sign up for.
It's the weirdest stuff, and I keep saying horny, but like I'm not joking. Like as she like gets in, she's like, "Oh, it's wet. I'm going in all the way," and just like so much actual like fuck talk.
Literally, the text I want to point out in the synopsis says she doesn't care how degrading it gets. She will use Shuichi to accomplish her mission.
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, it's all sticky, and you're getting me all sticky and wet." And I'm like, "This is the most uncomfortable thing I have watched all season."
This sounds wild.
It's so fucking stupid, and it's so edgy, but it's just such a wild ride that it's difficult to look away.
Really? Okay.
I'm weirdly here for this anime, not for any of the descriptions
weirdly.
that he described, but I don't know. It just seems like something that has to be watched to understand.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to say, because like I can keep talking about this and making it seem weird, which it is, but like if any of this sounds even remotely like even an iota of interesting to you, give the first like at least first 2 episodes a watch.
Yeah, it's a situation where it's like, it's not that I'm horny, it's that I just really want to know why they so horny.
Well, no, and that's the thing. Like, part of that, it makes it so, like I am made uncomfortable watching this. And it's like, it's kind of like that in terms of, like, almost a horror show, because it's trying to give off a horror vibe.
Mm-hmm. And
it does a great job of that by just, like, unsettling you at every turn. Oh my god, like I fucking hate this show, but I'm ready each week to watch another episode.
Those are the kinds of shows that I want to descend into madness watching.
Yeah, well, like the only thing that has given me this kind of feel in a long time is like it makes me think of A Future Diary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
gotcha.
Like it gives off that kind.
Yeah, Mayochiki.
Oh, yeah. That one that I haven't seen, but I saw Mirai Nikki.
I actually don't know what layer of joke we're on at this point, so I'll just quit while I'm ahead.
We're gonna stop talking about Gleipnir.
No, I guess I'm just missing out on this show.
It's really something else. You have to give it a go.
No, like
It's
weirdly,
one of the wildest fucking
yeah,
rides.
like weirdly horny is kind of my jam. So
Your pine jam?
Shut the fuck up. Someone else pick a show. What else did we watch?
I did watch a baseball show.
I
Tamayomi?
I hope it wasn't Tamayomi.
I dropped that at the first episode like a sack of bricks.
Yo, you guys dropped that? Oh,
I dropped
man,
it too after one episode.
The baseball
Kyle,
girls?
if you did not drop it, you better have a good reason.
Here's the thing. I am way more tolerant of slice of life shows than you guys are. But I was watching Tamayomi and I was like, it's really not bad.
I mean, I'll agree with you. It's not bad until, the production disaster that episode 4 was, but that's on a different level.
I don't know if I actually have seen episode 4.
Apparently they left production numbers in the anime from the anime sheets. So that's interesting.
Yo, shit.
What?
Oh, I gotta go back and watch that.
Let me see if I can find something real quick just to get you a picture.
Oh,
but
please send me a link of that. I have
talking.
to see this. Yeah.
Yeah, I just like nothing.
It's a nothing show. It's a nothing slice of life, but that's fine. I was like, all right, that's my comfy show for the season.
Okay, but listen. If you want a nothing show that's a slice of life series, that's some cute girls doing cute things, shit. Just watch the Breakwater Club. Just watch girls fishing. It's so much more interesting than Tamayomi.
I actually haven't seen that one yet.
Oh god. So I can respect, I guess, enjoying Tamayomi for that reason, but dude, the characters were nothing. The characters were so fucking cardboard and standard, and if I had to hear them say one more fucking time, wow, why'd she stop playing baseball? She's so good. 7 fucking separate characters said the same goddamn thing, and a couple of them said it more than once. I get it. I don't want to fucking hear it anymore.
Would it help you to know?
And I don't want to see one of those girls fucking motorboating her friend's abs anymore. It's awful. It's bad. It's the worst. It's a nothing show of the worst kind.
Would it help you to know that I was 5 drinks in whenever I marathon this?
That makes it more
sense.
tolerable. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. There are so many better shows that kind of do this same thing this season.
I mean, sure.
See,
yeah.
and also, oh no, oh yeah, 136.
Oh yo, holy
and
shit!
That's not her batting average. I guarantee you.
That's not her BMIs. It's the frame for the animation. They left it in.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's our captain for. Oh my god! Look at them. Oh my god. These are the worst. Holy shit, what unbelievable quality.
To their credit, this was apparently fixed for TV airing in Japan, but Funimation's release will probably likely look like this every week from here on out because they get it early.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit. So
they're getting beta releases or something.
Yeah, everyone else outside of Japan is getting the shit version.
Oh my god, the very last image, that girl has a baseball diamond for a mouth.
Matt, I know you don't like to...
She is baseball.
Oh my god.
She has become God.
Matt, I know you don't like to do a ton of video edits, but you might need to edit in some of these images because it's really pertinent for the video version of the podcast.
I got the images there now, so... Anyway, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
That'll be fun.
I'm sorry that I even brought it up. Granted, I was enjoying myself whenever I was drunk and watching this, and
think,
not paying attention to the animation.
No, that's fine. You can like it. That's perfectly okay.
I don't think it's horrible. I thought it was mediocre at best.
Yeah. But those are the slice of life shows that are my absolute comfy. Whenever I am just horribly stressed, I want to kill myself, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I just really want to watch something where nothing bad happens.
Well, I mean, like, I guess so, but your show for last season that was fucking Beaufort. So, like, the dramatic shift in quality and everything else is just like kind of
that it doesn't have to be quality.
Yeah, that's fair. Beaufort was fucking phenomenal, and I'm so glad I chose it. This, on the other hand, a little different.
Yeah. If you want something that is along these lines, that is just a comfy nothing show, I would really recommend Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater. It's called Hokago Table Nishi, or like the Breakwater Club. Or what the fuck ever.
Is that the other Dogakobo show? That's more like
the other Dogakobo.
The one that's more like a Dogakobo show.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it is
Instead
really
of Sing Yesterday for me, you can just do, this one if you want fishing girls being cute.
Yeah. I mean, that's really all it is. It's just, a bunch of girls in high school like doing fishing club, and like, of course, there's our main girl Hina, who loves doing like arts and crafts and shit like that, and she wanted to join the crafts club, but she kind of gets hoodwinked into doing the fishing club and ends up loving it. And oh no, I am seeing the series will go on a temporary hiatus following the broadcast of its third episode.
Son of a bitch!
Hey,
even
Kyle.
a slice of life or not.
Hey, Kyle. So, hey, you know what's good about Tamayomi? Now that I think about it, the fact I don't think this show will get delayed, but it probably should be, honestly.
It's a Frankensteinian monster that'll keep going.
But yeah.
God fucking damn it.
Now
I give you a good alternative and it's delayed.
Now I'm just worried about Studio A Cat that's making Tamayomi. Because I'm like, are they social distancing? Are they okay?
Shit. Okay, well, fine. It's a fun show. The fishing is fun. The characters are great. It's cute. It's simple. Nothing bad happens. It's just kind of delightful.
Is it realistic in its depiction of fishing, in which it takes 12 hours to catch a fucking fish?
Yeah, for some parts of it, yes. Good. It's not like they get like
good.
It's not like they have fucking super powered fishing rods and like catching a thing a second. It's very much like hours pass and they just chill and maybe catch some stuff.
I went fishing with my grandpa forever ago, while he was still alive. That is the only time I've ever able to catch a fish. The following 10 fucking years since then, I have not been able to catch a single fucking fish going fishing. So, thank you.
Your grandpa was just too powerful.
He was too powerful. He just knew what the bait was. He knew what to do. So thank you to this show for making it slightly realistic.
Okay. So I gotta pivot from this then. There's gotta be something else I can tell you to watch.
That's like a comfy show?
Have you watched My Next Life as a Villainess?
No.
I want to.
And honestly, given the fact that I literally just put out a monthly manga post about a show that was basically best friends next door neighbors with this show, I'm honestly surprised I haven't watched this yet.
Yeah, okay. So this show kicks ass. It's so good. It's so fucking fun. I mean, it is an isekai essentially, where some high school girl that just loved playing otome games fucking died and woke up as one of the characters. As the villain in one of her favorite otome games.
Yeah.
And so she comes in as a child version of the Villainess, 5 years old. And so using her knowledge of the game, she has to kind of try to navigate all the death flags that would end up in her doom. And so what she ends up kind of unwittingly doing is, like, she's just trying to make it so that the characters won't pay a whole lot of attention to her, like, romantically speaking, and so that they can pair up with other folks. Mm-hmm. But from what I can gather, like, she is slowly, unintentionally gathering a harem of, like, everyone very slowly.
Oh my god. No, that's great.
Oh, that's it's so good.
I'm just going to put this on. I need to watch this.
Okay, hang on.
You absolutely have to watch this.
Zach, that is completely different from the one that I read, the manga that I was talking about.
Yeah.
In the monthly manga post, because in that one there was one death flag, and she was like, I just really need to make sure I don't get to this one. And she starts from, like, already a mature adult and is, like, working towards, like, okay, please just let me not die. But she only romances one person. And so, like, I am so happy that there's an alternate version of this, like, almost to a T, in which, like, instead of starting as an adult, they just start as a child, and then they accidentally make a harem. That's fucking.
Yeah. So I mean, like, it's
so
not like
good.
It's not like she's, like, really making a harem, but, like, she's very dense and does not realize that, you know, by the end of the third episode, you know, all the characters that she's tried to make friends with, most of the dudes really have the hots for her in some way. And it also seems like some of her girlfriends probably have the hots for her too, if you dig into it.
Yeah, I love that, because that is so different from the manga that I read. I'm a villainous daughter, so I'm going to keep the last boss.
Yeah,
because in that one, she was fucking smart, and everything that she was doing was a part of a plan. But in this one, she's a fucking doofus and just...
So I mean, like, Katarina, like, she is smart in her own way, because, like, she definitely knows how to navigate around a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. But she also is just like, I'm going to eat until I have to go shit my brains out. And is very dense in terms of, you know, understanding whether or not people, like, are, you know, having a minor crush on her or something like that. She's such a fucking doof, and she's delightful to watch.
She's a gaming expert that has no social, like, intelligence.
Oh wow! What a shocking combination.
Groundbreaking.
I feel like I've heard this nowhere before. But yeah, no, it's a great cast of characters, and despite the fact that the whole series revolves around her trying to not get exiled or fucking beheaded, it never feels like there's any, like, super big drama stuff that's coming up that is, like, really stressing you out. Now, again, I've only seen 3 episodes so far, but, I mean, in those 3 episodes, it has been a delightful, stress-free watch. So... I would say give this one a shot if that's what you're looking for, Kyle. Matt, what were you saying?
Dude,
I was gonna say,
yeah, no.
I was just gonna say that, is this the part where you tell me it's gonna get delayed and then I cry again?
Okay, I have not seen any indications saying it's getting delayed yet.
Okay.
Not yet, anyway. I don't know.
Because I just want to watch this show.
It's you have to give it a shot. It's well worth your time.
It sounds very good.
I'm gonna double check and make sure it is not currently delayed. Yeah, it is still currently good.
Oh, good.
So we are still okay with that.
Okay.
Let's see here. Is there anything else y'all have watched?
I've
still got a couple more.
I've watched The Eighth Son. Are you kidding me? Which, again,
dude.
This is another one where I thought the "Are you kidding me" part was not a part of the title, and then it actually was part of the title.
All right, hang on. Yo, wait, hang on. Yo, what the fuck? What is this?
The Eighth Son? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Is this another one of those where you started on the manga?
Probably not.
Or something?
I don't remember anything about this. Hang on, what's the Japanese name for this?
Hachinante sore wa nai desho.
Oh no. Okay, hang on.
Yeah, it's a light novel adaptation. But of course, as you can imagine, it's an isekai. Yeah.
Say that again. Hansuki.
No, not even the slightest. I'm going to shoot you the link in Discord.
Sora Nai show. Okay, I see it.
Yes. Okay.
No, I actually completely skipped over this.
Yeah. Matt, what are your thoughts on it?
I think that the show is a little bit above okay. I would watch more episodes. It's like the 3-episode rule with me on this one. I feel like the show actually has like a pretty solid like premise that was kind of amusing for episode 1. I didn't really feel motivated to go beyond that for the time being, because I just figured there was other stuff I'm going to be watching. But I feel like for an isekai show of the modern age, I feel like it's at least engaging in ways that like the other ones maybe aren't.
Oh my god, yes. It is. It's such a breath of fresh air in this genre. Like, I've watched the first 3 episodes so far.
Okay.
And the delightful thing about this is, 25-year-old salaryman fucking falls asleep waiting for his food to get ready and wakes up as, like, a 6-year-old in a poor noble family, and he's the 8th son. And, we start off with, a flash forward where he's, like, using some crazy magical powers to, like, till land and clear land. So, workers can, like, do farming and shit. And he kind of walks into, like, a harem of, like, 3 girls inside, 3 pretty isekai girls. And it's like, I know where this is going. But it's really not about that, it feels. It feels a lot more, like, genuine and kind of, like, heartfelt than that. Because, like, as the episodes go on, this dude just wants friends. He's not, like, horny for a harem. And the harem's actually not really horny for him either, which is astonishing.
Oh, so it's just, like guys and girls being friends rather than being a harem.
Yeah, like, realistically speaking, I don't even think that this show would need to be an isekai. Like, I think this could just be a fantasy series in and of itself, and I think it will work just fine. I would agree with you, Matt. Go on.
I was just gonna say that I don't know. I think I kind of liked, and this is just me looking in retrospect, of course, but I think in the first episode, I think using the isekai mechanic to kind of basically like set up the story the way it did, I think that made it work. So I think it could work without being an isekai, but they also made it work with that mechanic. So I guess I would be fearful to see what it'd be with without that worked in. So
I would agree with you. I think that having the isekai hook is part of what makes it work so well, but I'm also in agreement with what you kind of said from the start. Like, it's nothing really remarkable. Like, in terms of how it presents its story and, like, whether or not it adheres to a lot of isekai tropes, I think it's, kind of above average. But, like, I'm not scrambling to watch each episode each week.
Right.
Like, it's one of those things that I'm keeping up with, but, like, if I fall behind, like, I fall behind, and, like, that's, whatever. It is not a must watch for the season.
Right. I don't know. I think I liked the first episode, like, on its own, like, as a presentation for the show, because I contrasted this with Tamayomi a little bit in the terms of, like, they're both stories that have, like, backstories to them, like, for the characters. Like, you go into an anime, right, and you don't know anything about these characters, but you're trying to establish a world, and you're trying to establish stakes, excuse me. And I feel like if you contrasted those two shows' first episodes next to each other, I think the 8th Son presented all of its content correctly, in the way that it should have, to make the story, in the future, to make it engaging. I
would agree.
Just because making the backstory, like, just explaining it in a way that's not drudgingly boring. Just using the characters to kind of tell their own part of the story. Like, I think the part of the 8th Son that I like the most is, like, when he realizes, like, at the end of the first episode, where he's like, wait a minute, I have more than 3 brothers. I've got, like, 7. Oh, shit. Yeah, I just thought like that was just like it wasn't like super funny, but I was like, oh okay, it's kind of cute. I like that. Like just little things like that just kind of make me go, this is kind of a pretty good show. Like I would watch this. That's what I think.
It's definitely fun. I'm happy to keep up with it. It's not at the top of my list of priorities.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much in the same boat though. I have respect for it. Especially after I know a lot of people will be like, it's isekai, but it's this one's actually respectable, I feel like. So
yeah, like it's actually a fun, not beaten to death by super trope isekai.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I have on my list of things that I at least wanted to watch is Tower of God, the Crunchyroll original thing.
Yeah.
Based on a webtoon.
Matt, have you watched it?
Nope.
This is just the Zach Explains stuff to Matt and Kyle's show right now.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Dude,
it's fine.
These are weird times.
Yeah.
I just watch this stuff so I have a sense of normalcy and routine right now.
I mean, it's fair. COVID-19 and all that.
Yeah. So Tower of God has a really fucking slow first episode. I wasn't super impressed with it. But then the second episode hit, and I was like, oh, fuck, this is really good. And it has kept that pace ever since. I don't want to talk a whole lot about it, because part of the fun of this show is just letting it unfold and you going along for the ride. But, man, this show does a great job of establishing very interesting world building and having a very cool broad cast of characters that you can get very invested in very quickly. God damn, it's good. Like it's a pretty show. It has a lot of really fun, creative, inventive fight sequences. It is just very interesting in that I mean, like the whole idea is climb the Tower of God and you will have a wish granted. And there's a series of different trials and tests you have to go through. And so, like, the presentation of all these different things is very, very cool. From, like, everything from, like, fighting a giant serpent to surviving a mass battle royale to, getting up with a team of folks who you just fought in the battle royale and participating in a team King of the Hill match. Like, it's very diverse in the situations it puts its characters into, and it is also doing a wonderful job of leaving a lot of mystery just out there.
That sounds interesting. It kind of sounds like, those bits of like Katana Gatari where they have like the fight scenes and they like it kind of like builds its own secluded universe in an episode. I mean, that's all the Katana Gatari. But they have, like, and then they have the fight scene, and it's kind of, like, revolved around a specific thing. It's kind of, like, I'm kind of getting, like, similar, like, vibes. I don't know if it's, like, the similar at all, but, because Katana Gallery is its own thing, but...
Yeah. I can kind of understand,
the format is similar, I guess.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, there are a lot of specific segmented challenges they have to go through in climbing the tower, or in testing the tower. And, Yeah. I mean, like, it's all very much its own thing. It's a very character-driven show, and you have a very diverse cast of, like, wonderful, there's some serious goofballs in it. There's, big fucking gator man with a spear that calls people turtles. There's a dude with a briefcase that's a bag of holding.
What the fuck? Oh, I thought you said the dude was a bag of holding.
No.
I was like, whoa, wait a second.
Yeah. It's another one of those shows that, I mean, like, it's a very simple premise, but to talk about the show requires you to talk a lot about the characters and a lot of in-depth stuff about it, and that's honestly just, like, it's not good radio.
Yeah, I gotcha. I don't want to hear about that, but I didn't really know a lot about the premise. I think shows like this, especially action shows, it's kind of really hard to like read a synopsis and kind of like understand like what the show entails, especially with action shows. But it sounds like it's interesting enough. Is it so? It's like an episode. Is it like an episodic thing? Like they have like a different challenge every episode as they climb this tower, or
I mean, kind of, sort of. Like it's not like every episode has one distinct thing. Like there's some overlap as it goes. Like it follows a coherent story at all times.
Okay.
It's not just like, you can pop in for one episode and it's fine. You don't need the previous one. Because, again, it is a very character-driven story. And there is a lot of stuff that we are obviously going to get more development for later. But most every major character we have so far, there has been some glimpse of, Jesus Christ, what the fuck happened to you at X point in your life? That I'm like, I need to know this.
See, that's interesting to me, just because this is a story some people may not know, but this is a story that initially started as an online webcomic and on Webtoons, and it became a Crunchyroll original. And Crunchyroll only had like, I think, 4 shows that they decided to make their Crunchyroll originals out of. And so
like a handful of things.
Yeah, so I was very interested to see like what kind of story were they wanting to promote.
Yeah. This is one of those shows that, I mean, especially for what it is, for being, kind of on the cusp of this new, like, Crunchyroll produced sort of thing, you would be, I would say you would really be remiss and you would be missing out if you didn't give this a shot. Because, again, give it the first 2 episodes. The first episode is, like, it's good, but it really kicks into gear on the second episode.
Okay.
It's very worth it. And, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing. But I very quickly found that once it kind of got into gear and I understood, this is what this show is, it immediately became my shit.
Out of curiosity, it's hard to tell from the art style, but is it like a 3D show, or is it like?
Nope, it's 2D.
Oh, okay,
completely 2D.
It looks weird in the art style. I was just very confused.
Yeah, it is very different from. It has such a unique, like, kind of rough sort of style.
I noticed that. Yeah.
Yeah, the studio that is doing this is Telecom Animation Film.
That sounds like the most redundant thing in the world.
Yeah, well, they do shit like Lupin the Third.
I was gonna say the only thing that I saw in their vocabulary that was like notable is Lupin the Third movies.
Yeah, Lupin the Third movies. They have done Lupin the Third like actual anime seasons, like from 2015. They were responsible for Orange. A few other things, like some older stuff, but yeah,
okay.
They are not like a studio where the name like brings a lot to mind.
Okay, I was just wondering kind of what the animation was going to be like too, but I don't know. I'll watch the show.
Yeah,
it's probably more telling than describing
clean. It's super smooth. It's a delight to watch. It's a beautiful fucking show. So. Yeah, I was very surprised. I didn't really have a lot of expectations going into it, but it has stunned me. It's one of the shows where, it rolls around and I'm like, oh shit, it's Thursday. Time to watch Tower of God.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, dude, nice.
I didn't
or Wednesday rather.
I didn't realize that. Okay. Yeah, I really just looked at this and I was like, oh, it's one of those shows. Okay. And then I just kind of passed on it, honestly. So
yeah, no, it is definitely worth giving a go. I can understand the hesitation, but at least give the first 2 episodes.
2 episodes. Well, see if it's not like I can watch a lot of anything else. So
yeah, so there's 4 episodes out now, and like I'm already chomping at the bit for the next one. So
that's good to hear.
The only other thing that I watched this season was the Woodpecker Detective's Office, and I have not really been impressed.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Like anything that's like a detective mystery thing, that totally has my that's my jam. So I really want to watch it, but I didn't get around to this one.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can watch it if you want. Like, I mean, it's basically, this one dude, Kyosuke, I don't even know what he does for a living, lives in this apartment complex, and he's friends with this guy named Ishikawa. And Ishikawa's a fucking deadbeat poet who begs for money and a bunch of other shit and is kind of a deadbeat. And I mean, it's very much a dynamic of, you have this meek, humble, straight man, Kyosuke Kindaichi, and, Ishikawa is, like, for whatever reason, his friend.
Mm-hmm.
And, there's kind of this kind of mystery solving thing going on. But, like, the second episode is just such a weird shift because, like, they visited a brothel together or something like that. And, the woman that our main character was meeting with was, like, fucking murdered. And his buddy, the poet, throws him under the bus. And it's like, but you were in the room. And there's no one else would have, killed her. And I'm like, what?
Did he create a locked room mystery? Like
something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, why are we supposed to like you again? Like, I don't... He's just such a sniveling little stuck-up shit. And I know some folks are, like, real into that, but characters like that just annoy the hell out of me.
Mm-hmm.
And with setting a precedent like that 2 episodes into the series, like, I really don't want to watch a whole season of this.
Yeah.
And it's also currently unknown how many episodes this thing is,
so
it might be a 2-core, and I'm sure as shit not watching a 2-core of this. So, like, I'm sure for some folks this is gonna, like, push some buttons or, check off some boxes, but it ain't for me.
Gotcha. It does,
if
doesn't even sound interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Kyle, if you want to look at, like, a buddy period mystery thing, like, it's worth, I guess, giving a shot, but just be aware that, like, one of the 2 major characters is incredibly grating to watch, and if that's not your dig, beware. Yeah. Basically, Poet Boy's just a
nothing show. Okay.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Okay.
I did have, did any of you motherfuckers watch any of the TV shorts this season?
I watched one that just came out about, some Greek dude that gets isekai'd into modern day Japan.
Motherfucker, I was literally about to bring that up. Extra Olympia Kyklos.
What the heck?
It's like claymation adjacent. The basic idea is he's a really buff Greek dude, and he is in love with this one other woman, but the woman's father is like, well, I mean, you're big and fucking buff, like, why don't you go do the Olympics? And he's like, I don't want to do the Olympics, I want to do artsy stuff.
Yeah.
And so, like, I don't know, like, he goes and hides in an urn and lightning strikes it and he's suddenly in the future. So, I mean, like, I don't know, like, I don't think I've ever found a, like, short series that has, like, really thrilled me, and this definitely still is not that, but, like, I guess I'm curious enough to, like, spend 3 minutes out of my week to watch it.
It's really fun. It's ridiculous. It's weird. It's intentionally just unnerving and strange, but I love it. I just absolutely love this tiny little TV short in the one episode I've seen so far.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best assessment of it. Like, if you just want something that's just
weird,
fucking weird, this is it.
I also do like that there is a difference in mediums. Because, like, whenever he was in ancient Greece, everything was claymation. But whenever he gets transported into modern Tokyo, everything's papercraft, and he's still claymation. So by the animation mediums, you can tell that he's out of place. And that's really cool. I like that.
Yeah. It's very creative.
Yeah. It's a short and it's out there, so
it's a short and it's out.
I mean, that's how I can describe most short shows, honestly. So
yeah.
Second West 3, there's the movie that came out, and then there's a short series of Ghost in the Shell that apparently is relatively good on Netflix. It's out right now. Other than that, I have no idea. Yeah.
I watched Fruits Basket season 2, and it's still Fruits Basket. So if you're into it, it's there.
I wouldn't expect anything less, honestly.
Yeah, if nothing else, it is consistent.
Alrighty.
I guess we'll catch everybody for the next one. See you later.
Alright, yeah. Bye.
Bye. Hey, thanks for listening. As always, you can find all our podcasts, articles, videos, etc. at thebacklogers.com. Our intro and outro song is The Bear by Shell in the Pit, who you can find on Spotify and Bandcamp. And we'd love to hear from y'all in the comments on our site, on the podcast platform of your choice, or by confusing us for another blog. We confuse things a lot, so we'll feel it. And as always, we're on Twitter at _Backloggers, so pull up a log and stop in for a bit.